You are outside there, you want to buy a Prado and you are confused. Should you buy a diesel engine or should you go for a petrol engine? Okay, that is what I'm going to do today. At the end of this video, you will have decided between the diesel and the petrol, which one is good. Each of these have their own advantage and disadvantage. So you'll want to see where do you lie, diesel or petrol. Is that clear? That's what we are going to do today. This is Billy Peps Motors Jamweno offer. If you are new here, please subscribe. This is where you get best offers and detailed review of this car. We have so many, by the way, so many Prados. Just come. We have so many. Yeah, I know. That's why I did not talk about it. You see? Look at this. You can't finish. You can't finish this. Look at this. Look at this, guys. We have so many of them. We have so many. Even that row behind, full of Prados. So with me here, I have two bits. Director, if you can come closer to the screens, you see the chassis when it starts with GD, of course that is diesel, and you see the chassis if it has TRJ, you know that is petrol. So with me here I have a 2023 unit and I also have a 2021 unit. Okay, so we are going to discuss. This is going to be a very detailed view. Now these are some of the things we are going to talk about. Come closer. We are going to discuss on fuel efficient, sawa. We are going to discuss on horsepower. We're also going to discuss on torque, sawa. Which one has better torque? I'll explain those things, don't worry. I'm also going to discuss about the price of these two. I'll discuss about the service, which one has a better service, which one is cheaper to service. I'll also discuss about the availability and the affordability of spares of both cars. I also discuss about which one, when you can take on off-road, now pita hata kwa maji, you cross a river with it, which one can survive. I'll also talk about the speed. If we are to go 1, 2, 3, go, which one will come a jet? We'll also talk about that. Comfortability, which one is smooth when you are driving? Nigani, when you are driving, you feel it is smooth between the diesel and petrol. We also talk about the response. When you step on that accelerator, which one will respond faster? That's what we are going to talk about. But you see, in Kenya, sometimes we have petrol stations that have dirty fuel. Which one will survive? At least ikiweko hata even if it gets a dirty fuel, which one can survive longer without hitting the engine? Okay. Then we also talk about which one is the king of off-road here. Second last, downhill. When you are going down the hill, which one can do better? Then finally, we also talk about muddy areas. Ukipeleka kwa matope, which of these can survive those issues? Are we together? So that's what is going to guide us. Then at the end of the video, it's you to decide which Prado are you going to buy. Are you going to buy the diesel one or are you going to buy the petrol one? Okay, remember all these are the J150. From here we go to the J250, which will also have a video for that on the other day. Now let us start about, I don't know which one is more important, the CC. This one comes with 2800 cc. This is the diesel one. Nowadays they have lowered the cc, and this petrol one comes with 2700 cc. Are we together up to there? So on cc they are almost at draw, and by so doing I would appreciate if maybe we talk about the engine when it is open. Okay, let me just on a moment I open this, because we are going to talk more about this engine, whatever lies under this hood. That's what we are going to talk about, guys. Okay, and thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for staying up to this point, because today's discussion is going to be hot. This book is here. I've just written the topic so that I don't forget. Okay, let's talk about, director, let them see the engines, how they look. Okay, and from 2018 we have this AdBlue thing for zero emissions from all the diesels from 2018 upwards. They are there. So as you can see the difference, you can clearly see we don't see such a thing on the petrol engine. Sini sawa, it is not there for zero emissions. Unajua diesel ndio zinachafua mazingira, so that's why this thing has been put nearly on all diesel engines from 2018. Now let's talk about, we've said this is 2800 cc, this is 2700 cc. Sawa? Now let's start about fuel efficient. Nimekwambia tunaenda topic after topic. Fuel efficient. Which one is fuel efficient between the diesel and the petrol? Obviously, you know, petrol watu wanalia, oh, I cannot buy a petrol because it uses more fuel. For once, that is true. So fuel efficient, diesel will use less fuel compared to petrol on the same distance. For example, if you are going for 100 kilometers, this one also 100 kilometers, you realize diesel will spend less fuel compared to petrol. And when it comes to buying fuel, I think as per now, I don't know how much is it per liter. Petrol is going for around 180, diesel is going for around 160 something or 170 something. Sindio? Now, if you are going for 100 kilometers each, you realize that you will save more fuel on petrol. Like if it's 100 kilometers, you will save almost 3,400 shillings compared to the same fuel that the diesel will use. So when it comes to fuel efficient, who wins? The diesel will definitely win. It will save your pocket as far as fuel is concerned compared to the petrol one. Are we together up to there? So the first vote goes to the diesel. Which is the next topic? We are talking about horsepower. I think this is where now we have a problem. Even my director, we were arguing about this until I showed him the facts. Now, we have these two words, horsepower and torque. Let me start with the torque. You see, before even I say that, you see you guys when you're coming to buy a car, you just want a Prado. Oh, a white Prado. Oh, it's on alloy rims. Oh, it has headlamp washers. Oh, perfect. Modelista kit, that's what you look at. Today we are going deep so that you don't make that mistake. Let's talk about torque and power. Now, what is torque? Torque is the ability of the engine to do work. That is torque. Okay? What is horsepower? Horsepower is how fast is work being done. Are we together? So when we talk about that, I'm putting it in simple terms so that you understand. So horsepower, torque. Torque is the ability to do work. Are we together? So when it comes to diesel, diesel has a very good torque, especially on low RPMs. RPM is rev per minute, right? So on low RPMs, diesel has a good torque. Are we together? The ability to do work. Diesel is good when it comes to towing. Unaona kama wale watu wanaendanga camp na nini, if you want to pull maybe a trailer behind there, diesel will do that work better because it has more torque. Let me come back to horsepower. Okay? Horsepower is the ability, is how fast is that work being done. Now with petrol, are we together? Petrol, since the combustion is very fast, you realize petrol will be very quick to peak. Are we together? So the horsepower on petrol is far much better on higher RPMs. Underline my words because hapo ndio utakuwa na shida. On higher RPMs, petrol is best on horsepower. On lower RPM, but on torque, even we don't want to talk about torque because diesel will beat petrol flat. Are we together? So on torque, this one has almost 410, where this one is almost at 168 torque. So you realize this one has more power as far as torque is concerned compared to horsepower. Now, still on that point, so which one wins? Now it depends with what you want. Are you going for torque or are you going for horsepower? Are we together? How quick is the work being done? Horsepower. How heavy is the work? Torque. So this one with petrol will win in terms of torque. In terms of horsepower, then diesel will win in terms of torque. Which other topic are we talking about? Price. Of course, diesel is more expensive than petrol. Assume, okay, these ones are not, I'm not being fair. This is 2021, this is 2023. Let's talk about 2018, the ones we are importing now in Kenya, okay? So 2018 diesel, TXL. Remember these are TXL, same. So 2018 diesel will be around 7.8, the lowest one because of color, white, black, they're always cheaper. So 7.8, as from 7.8 going up, diesel. But when you come to petrol, it will be around 7 million or 6.9. So when it comes to price, which one wins? Petrol wins. Diesel is more expensive than petrol. Are we together, my class? We continue. Our next topic we are talking about is service. Of course, these cars have to be serviced, right? They have to be serviced. So, which one is easier to service? That one, hata mtoto wa nursery atakwambia. It is easier to service, or it is cheaper to service a petrol engine than to service a diesel engine. For example, something you have to know, even the spares, okay? If you are going to service, because this one, the kilometers, if you are going, for example, you are taking 10,000 kilometers, right? Weke ile ni ya 10,000 kilometers, the oil. You will definitely realize by the time you are almost at 10,000, you will hear some complaints from the diesel, unlike the petrol, which it can even surpass that. So what does that mean? Frequent servicing, and you have to be very careful with, you look at the injector, you look at the fuel pump. So in short, servicing a diesel car is more expensive comparing to a petrol car. And that's what comes now to the price of the, for example, the injectors, you know, the fuel pump. It is more expensive on a diesel than on a petrol engine. Are we together? So it's, to save time, it is simpler to service a petrol car than to service a diesel one. And it's even more expensive to service, to maintain a diesel car compared to a petrol engine. So on service, let me not take time there. Now, spares that are meant for the petrol, they are cheaper than spares that are meant for the diesel. Are we together? So spares, this one is cheaper. Even, just look even at this. For example, the injectors of this car can go up to 300 kilometers before you change them. The injectors for this can only go up to, I think, 100 kilometers. You must have already changed them. You see? So, and the price, the spares for these ones are cheaper than the spares for the diesel. Are we together? So, which one wins in the category of spares? It's as cheaper spares compared to the diesel. Another thing we are talking about now, if we go to off-roading. Now, let me talk about the depth of water. If you want maybe to cross a small stream or a river, which one will do better? Definitely, the diesel one will do better than the petrol one. Simple. Petrol, and remember I told you petrol has spark plugs, right? This one has no spark plugs. So the electrical components of the petrol engine are more exposed than this one. So, zitachapwa na maji fast. So they will be affected more by water. Are we together? So when you are going maybe to cross a river, you've seen the off-roading, okay? When you are crossing a river, this one is more susceptible to blow up because of water, because of the more electrical components compared to the diesel unit. And I've given you an example of the spark plugs. Sinisawa? Now, but in case, now get this very clearly. In case the snorkel on the diesel engine is not tight, is not well tied, when water gets in the intake, you realize this one will blow up faster than this. But overall, if you are going off-roading and you want to cross a river, diesel will do better than petrol. Up to there, are we together? I don't want to skip anything. That's why I'm using this book. We go to speed. This is where we also have an argument. Which one is more fast between these two cars? Which one is more fast? Petrol, when you are picking them at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, go! Petrol will win. It will take up very fast. Remember, we go back to the horsepower at higher RPMs, right? This one will move very fast. Will wake up, which is it? Wake up. Will start very fast compared to the diesel one. Diesel will peak later because of the combustion effect. Later on, when the now engine imechemuka, now that's the time the diesel will go faster. But on picking up, we said 1, 2, 3, go. Petrol will be far. Diesel ndio itakuwa inang'ang'ana. So I think when it comes to, but on now at high on standard RPMs, kama zimeenda sasa zinakanyaga njia vizuri, this one might come and overtake this. But kwanza, of course, this one will be faster. The other thing is about comfortability. Which one is more smooth when you are driving? You know, you are just cruising maybe in the estate or in the town. Which one is more smooth? Definitely petrol. Diesel will be a bit shaky, you know. Diesel is a bit heavy. So this one will not be smooth when you are driving. Kama kwa street imetulia. But petrol will be very smooth. So it will be very comfortable driving the petrol compared to the diesel. Okay? What else are we looking at? Response, of course. On response now, which one will respond very fast? It will go back to what I was talking about, speed, okay? So if you are going to respond, all of us, we are here and you step on the accelerator, of course, definitely, this one will respond better than the diesel. Diesel will take time before it picks. So response, definitely, petrol will beat diesel hands down, okay? The next point we are talking about, which one can survive? Unajua in Africa, we have petrol stations that have very dirty fuel. Which one can survive dirty fuel? Gani inaweza survive? Injectors, which injectors will survive for longer? definitely petrol will survive. You see, if you, some petrol stations have very dirty engine, okay? So petrol can survive bad fuel for longer. The injectors will survive longer than the diesel. Diesel one does not tolerate dirty fuel. That's why we come back to the service aspect. So when it comes to which one can survive dirty fuel, petrol can survive better than the diesel. We go to off-road. Who is the king of off-road? Now we've gone to the forest there. We have rocks and everything, you know, potholes and everything. Who will do better in that? The answer is as simple as A, B, C, D. Because of the torque at lower RPMs, diesel will do better. It's the king of off-road. When you are going to, unaona watu wale wanaendanga ma road trips in those jungle areas, bumpy roads, you know, all those things. Diesel at lower RPMs, it will perform better off-roading in rocky areas than the petrol one. So when it comes to off-road, who is the king of off-road? Definitely the diesel wins. Okay, we are almost done. Then we talk about the build of these cars. Downhill. What if you go, maybe you are in those areas, then you go downhill? It's the same thing. Diesel will perform better at low RPMs. The brakings are better than what? Than the petrol engine. Is that clear? Then finally on this, muddy areas. Unaenda kwa njia yenye iko na matope. Muddy areas, which car performs better when it goes to mud? The answer is as simple as ABCD. The horsepower at high RPMs will come in contact. So petrol, surprisingly enough, on sand and on muddy areas, petrol will outshine the diesel one. Are we together? So on muddy areas, if unaenda pali njia ni matope, remember all the cars are four-wheel, yeah? So this one will outshine the diesel one. Are we together? So now we are continuing. Let me close these hoods. Let me close these hoods. So before we look at the builds up of these cars, and remember, I'm going to take you for a tour between round, exterior, interior. Then you decide which one looks better. You will be surprised, everything is the same. But those are just my words. Let me take you for a tour, then you decide. Okay, from the front, remember different, they come with, these are very unique face, as you can see, but basically most of the Prados come with that face, okay? So you realize there are some small features that we are going to compare, the basic ones. Remember, it will be unfair because these are 2023, this is 2021. So you realize there's some advancement in this one compared to this. Now, if you look at the face, all of them, the face comes with big LED lights with daytime running lights, headlamp washers, parking sensors, fog lights here. Very nice, okay? You come on this face on the petrol one, same thing, LED, daytime running light, headlamp washers, parking sensors, fog lights. And this one comes with this Modelista body kit, which is not standard on all cars. So that is as far as the face looks. This one also, since it's 2023, of course, it has the front and 360 camera. And I've always told you, whenever you see a Prado with this, it means it does not have the 360 camera. This one helps the driver to see the blind spots on this side, okay? So this one has the front camera here. And to add on that, it also, you see now this where the other difference is, because of this, okay, this one has 360 camera here, this one doesn't have. So that's why I told, now this is why this one comes in, okay? Any Prado you see with this one, just know it has not 360. If you see a Prado without this, it has the 360 cameras, very good view, okay? Come on this side. On the side profile, all these cars look the same. That's why it's very hard for you to identify a Prado. At Prado, umepita useme, oh, that's one a diesel, that's one's a petrol. Very hard, very hard. Unless you look at this small stuff. So on the side profile, this car is well built. This one comes with how many inches, director? These are 19-inch alloys, of course, straight from Toyota. It looks very good. Very nice suspensions for off-roading. You see, very good. Turn signals on the side mirror here. Nakapoa. Of course, it's keyless entry. We have the side steps here for short people. It's very important. Same at the back. If you look at the back, this is how it looks. Of course, these lightings, they were started in 2017, I think. The new shape, the new lighting system. The design, let me use the word design. These ones were started in 2017 and they are still ongoing. You see, even we are 2023, but the lights are just the same. If you look at this light and you look at this light, this is 2021, 2023, same. If you look at the 2017, even the lights are just the same, okay? And I told you we've decided to use the TXL, just to be fair. So all of these units, these are the TXL. So at the back here we have dual exhaust here, which are real. I can see them here. Parking sensors, parking sensors, parking sensors. Here we also have dual, which are real. I can see them inside there. Parking sensors, parking sensors. Okay. On this side, we can also see parking sensors, but we only have one on this side. Okay, not two. The petrol one, yeah, one, and it's split into two on this side. It's not there. Parking sensors. Okay. Now, so that's one difference you see from the build. So how do we open? How do we access the boot? We just open like that. Remember, TXL is always fully loaded with 7 seaters. Okay. Yeah. So let me also open this. Okay. So starting from here, as you can see, you will sacrifice the boot if you want to carry 7 passengers. Then you can also recline these seats with these buttons on the diesel one. This is a TXL diesel. Okay. This one comes with clean beige interior, as you can see. Okay. So that's how the back looks. We go to the petrol one. Okay. We go to the petrol one. Same boot space. You can also recline. Same beige interior. Okay. It does not mean that all TXLs comes with beige. You can also find those ones with dark, but majority they do come with beige interior. So the seats can also be reclined from there, just as I'd already said. Okay. At the end of this review, I will put there a table so that you see which one won in which sector. On the side profile, as you can tell, this one comes with these side steps. We had already talked about the 360 camera. Looks good. How many inches? These are also 19, right? Also 19, the same as the other one. Okay. Now let's talk about the rear. We compare those two, the diesel and the petrol. Okay. These are heated perforated seats, as you can see. The AC vents, you control them from here. Very simple. We also have an armrest here, which comes with cup holders. Very essential. But if you want to sit 3 people here, that one, then the rear, the middle row will also be available, or the center place will also be available. All these cars comes with the ISOFIX for those who have kids and so on. Yeah, so it's pretty simple at the back here, nothing more. If you look at the build, the way the door is built, plastic, have some nice silver material here, have a speaker here, we have a speaker, and we have where the bottle is. What about the legroom? The legroom is pretty good, as you can see. The headroom is also okay. We have this handle just in case you're going off-road, which is also very rare. For in Kenya, many people don't want to take these cars off-road. They use the other Land Cruisers. We have the 12 power volt down here. So the legroom is pretty well, considering this is a 7-seater. It is very, very, very nice. Okay. Now the issue is, director, can we show them how you access the rear view? You just pull that, then you can easily walk in to the rear view. It is as simple as that, not complicated. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So from there, that is the back of this TXL. What about the diesel one? Nothing new. Everything is the same, apart from this one has come with this, but this is just added features. It does not mean that all standard. Remember, this is a 2021, that's a 2023. So this is just an added feature from the previous owner of these cars, because remember, all these cars are foreign used. Is that clear? So this is a feature you can easily add. But as far as the door built, the built material on the door is concerned, it is the same. How the seats look is the same. The AC is the same. Center console is the same. Cup holders, the same. Nothing new. Let's talk about the front or the cockpit. Okay. Director, I would assume if you are in this, because most of the settings are on this side. Let my director come and access this from this end so that we see, is there a difference? On the door 4 power windows here, we have a cup holder there, big speakers here, push to start, mirror controls, the light controls are here. Remember, all these cars are coming with the battery, so for no problem. So that's why I was trying to push this, the batteries, metro battery up. So electric seats. So let me talk about that already. So it has electric seats. See zile za unavuta nyuma, no, we have that. So on the steering wheel controls, it comes fully spec, yeah. Cruise control down here, lane departure, pre-collision assist, 360 degrees camera, you know, voice recognition, you pick your call, hang your call, voice up, voice low, big gauges, as you can see, maximum speed 180, even on the TZG is 180, only the VXL goes up to 200, okay. So the LCD screen, this is standard in all of them. They come standard like that. Dual climate controls, as you can see. Some storage here. Okay, with the TZG, that's where you'll have the buttons for air suspension and everything. We have the second start, the traction control, rear differential lock, and the hill descent. Somebody was asking second start. Second start, you can start this car on gear 2. Okay. Gear lever is here. Heated seats, of course, you can control how cold and how hot you want your seats to be because they are perforated, right? 12 power volts, USB, and HDMI there. Of course, all of them come with standard. As you can see, the sunroof is standard on all of them. What else? We also have the eyesight feature here, which is okay. We also have this camera that records everything that you'll be doing on the road. What else have I not said? Storage is here. Storage is here. If it's on the VXL, it will be a cool box, but on the TXL, it is just storage, okay? More storage is on that side. What else have I not said as far as the front is concerned? I think, yeah, the wood finish, it brings that a very, very, very good taste, okay? Then the steering comes with leather stitching, very, very nice, okay? So that's as far as the front or the cockpit is concerned. Let's look at the petrol one. Then I think we'll be good to go. Then we make our final verdict. Okay. So getting in here, is there anything I can see different? Actually, no. It's just how the LCD looks, but nearly everything is just the same. Sunroof intact. And remember, these are 2023, so it's just the same. Director, kuna kitu umeona different? No. Everything is just the same. Something good I like about this car is only done 23 kilometers. Guys, it's almost new. 23 kilometers only, bro. So I don't think if there's any difference here. Everything is just the same from the other one. So to save time, I'll not go talking about that again. Okay. Now, having said that, guys, you've seen when it comes to functionality inside, everything is just the same. How the car performs, everything is just the same. There's no big difference as such. But I took more time under this hood because that is where the difference was. Okay. Now, once more, let us go through our list, then we give the winner. It's you to decide who is the winner. Fuel efficient. Who wins? Ding ding. Diesel. Horsepower at higher RPMs. Ding ding. Petrol. Torque. Diesel. Price. Petrol wins. Of course, the price has Petrol has a lower price. Service. Which one is easy to service? Petrol wins. Spares. Which one has cheap spares? Petrol wins. Which one can easily pass through water? Easily. Diesel wins. Which one moves very fast? Ile zikianza very fast speaking. Petrol wins. Response. Which one responds? Whose response is high? Petrol wins. Which one is smooth, comfortable, no shaking and everything? Petrol wins. Which one can survive bad fuel? Which one can survive bad fuel for longer? Which injectors can survive? Petrol wins. Which one is the king of off-road? You have gone to roads that are rocky and everything, very bad roads. Which one wins? Diesel wins. Downhill, when you are ascending the downhill, which one will control the rear differential locks better? Diesel wins. Which one is good when it comes to muddy areas? Naenda njia iko na matope na nini? Definitely the petrol will win. Up to there, which car are you going to buy? Because we have them both. So if you ask me which one I'm going to pick, definitely I leave that question to you. I've given you those notes so that you decide. Look where you live. Look at why you want to buy this car. Then yourself decide. Are you coming to buy the diesel one or are you coming to buy the petrol one? So it's you to decide. So that question that I've always been asked by people, between diesel and petrol, which one am I going to buy? You've seen, decide basing on the needs that you're going to use that car. But as far as I'm concerned, all cars are okay. So it's you to decide where do you want to lean. No wonder I always tell you, we are the best in town as far as Prados are concerned. So if you need any of this, you know what to do. My number is down there. If you're new here, you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Come buy this car. Kwani zilijengewa nani? You have some money, don't squeeze yourself on a Pro Box and a Vitz. If God has given you something to an extra coin, please don't be so stingy. Come get some of these units. Till the next one, guys, all I can say is Bella, ciao.